Hello and welcome all you softball fans for another installment of YSN Live Softball. We are here at the friendly confines of the North Myrtle Beach Sports and Recreation Complex for this matchup between the Austintown Fitch Falcons and Greenbrier Christian Academy, the Gators. Greenbrier Christian Academy out of Chesapeake, Virginia, coming in with a record of 9-3. Fitch 8-0 on the season. Pitcher Sydney Watts in the circle. Batting first, Elizabeth Tomey for the Gators. Falcons donning the pinstripe home unis as they are the acting home team in this game. In that first pitch, a ball 1-0 to start. Falcons outscoring opponents 28-0 here at Myrtle Beach. Watts searching for the zone. 2 balls, no strikes to start. Greenbrier Christian Academy has also had their fair share of success here, winning 13-0 against Shiraw High School yesterday. Still looking for the zone, and Tomey gets ahead now, 3-0. Watts has started the first 2 games walking the leadoff batter here in Myrtle Beach. She won't do it on that pitch, getting back into the zone. 3-1 now, the call. Watts ready. The 3-1. At 1. Soft contact. Nice diving play by Sydney Watts in the infield. She can field her position just as well as she can pitch out of the circle. And shows one of her many talents off right there. First out of the game as Tomey is retired. Looking around defensively around Watts, McKenna Hogan is catching her today behind the plate. Then around the infield, Abby Toth at first, Caitlin Mitchell at second, Ayla Ray at short, Tina Montgomery at third. Then around the outfield, Ashley McLean is the left fielder, Kylie Folkwine in center, and Maddie Butis is in right. As due up Christina Love, center fielder today for the Gators. Swings from the left side, righty-lefty matchup. First pitch from Watts draws a swing and a miss from Love, 0-1. The Gators are a pretty similar color scheme to another Gators team you know down at Florida. The burnt orange and blue color scheme. Always a nice combination too, as wearing the blue main color with the burnt orange trim, numbering, and lettering. Nice unis, honestly. All around for the whole team both ways. Big fan of the pinstripe unis that the Falcons are donning too as one of their home looks. The block letter Fitch on the front of the jersey. A ball and 2 strikes now to Love. Watts ready, kicks, fires, swing and a miss, and Watts draws her first strikeout of the game, and there's 2 away here in the top of the first. Looks to be one of the better matchups of the week for the Falcons. As we said, this 9-3 Greenbrier Christian Academy team facing some tough competition back in the Virginia area. As that first pitch cut on, swing, and a miss, Haley Murphy. Up to bat now as Murphy looks to start a little 2-out rally here for the Gators. Watts looking to slam the door, 1-2-3 to start. The 0-1. That one is fouled up and hit some fencing back into the field of play after rolled a dead ball. It's 0-2. Beautiful day once again here in Myrtle. The warmest day we've had to start yet out of the week. And once again, not a single cloud in the sky as beautiful blue skies over top. Here at the sports complex, though, the Falcons playing on field 2 for the first day as the 0-2. Kick it on the outside edge. Strike 3 called as the Falcons send the Gators down 1-2-3 to start. Watts has a pair of strikeouts here in the first. We'll talk a little bit more about the field dimensions, too, and the field the Falcons are playing on today right after this as we come back with the Falcons half of the first on ysnlive.com.
Your culinary adventure awaits at Legends Food and Drink. Experience a welcoming ambiance while you explore our appetizing menu featuring over 20 meals under $20 and over 30 lunches for $12 or less. Our private dining room seat between 10 and 20 at no additional cost. And don't forget our spacious 35-seat bar for your favorite sporting event. Book your special occasion in our elegant banquet room that seats up to 150 comfortably. Legends Food and Drink, a taste you'll remember. Market Street and Route 224 in Boardman.
As Comco celebrated 70 years in 2022, we have much to be thankful for. We are proud of the Comco culture as we serve our customers with Comco Care with our premier customer service, quality parts, and on-time delivery. The partnerships we have with our customers and our community are second to none. We thank you for your continued support. We are proud to be part of this community and will continue to offer great jobs for great people.
Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the first inning and the Falcons bats coming up. Let's take a look at the Fitch batting order. Ayla Ray to lead things off, followed by Caitlin Mitchell. Sydney Watts bats third. McKenna Hogan cleanup. Kylie Folkwine fifth. Sammy Severn sixth. Abby Toth is batting seventh. Eighth is Tina Montgomery. And rounding things out will be Ashley McLean. As the first pitch called strike. Pitcher in the circle, Haley Murphy. Right-hander for the Gators. Ayla Ray with a beautiful inside the park home run in yesterday's contest. 0-1. It's a ball outside, 1-1. Talking about the field Falcons are on today, though. Field number 2 here at the sports complex. They played the first 2 games of the week on field 1. Different dimensions a little bit here on field 2. Field 1 had the shorter fence out and left 205, but a much taller, vertically wise fence, and 225 in center and right. Field 2, however, 225 left, right, and center, all the way around 225 everywhere you look around the ballpark. Swing and a miss, 1-2 the count. Getting Ray down in the count, 1-2. Reaching out, slapping it to left, over the head of the left fielder Buchanan, and Ray is going to turn and burn. She's going to end up third standing, and she thought about turning to home, but decided to just park it at third. Runner at third to start for the Falcons as Ray gets 60 feet away. Check that too. Late game changes. Linda Hodge, the pitcher, originally slated was for Murphy, as Murphy and Hodge interchangeable at first and pitcher, but they decided to go with Hodge. So Linda Hodge is the pitcher. Looking around, Murphy is at first. Carter is at second. Tomey at short. Self at third. Fink is behind the plate. Then in the outfield, Buchanan in left. Love is in center. And Prince out and right. First pitch brushes Caitlin Mitchell off the plate. 1-0 to start. Long, lanky frame for Linda Hodge as helps so much, too. Going the 45 feet. 2-0 the count. You have those long arms, too. It'd be hard to get a read on the ball, and we've seen some of these taller pitchers, too, especially on the flat surfaces. The ball can get on you a lot quicker, too. One fouled back as Mitchell decided to take a shot at the 2-0 pitch. It's 2-1. The 2-1, swing and a miss. Hodge went up the ladder and got a chase from Mitchell. Count will even now, 2-2. Ayla Ray led off the game with a triple. Sitting at third base. Falcons looking for the first run of the game as Caitlin Mitchell pulls it out of play. Count will stay 2-2. Linda Hodge ready. Steps in. Tries to go up the ladder. It goes to the backstop. Not even thinking twice about it. The ace of bases heads up. Base running. And Ace comes home to score. Ayla Ray with the run. Falcons up 1-0 to start here in the bottom of the first. 3-2 the count now on Caitlin Mitchell. Still nobody out here for Fitch. And that one misses as well. Takes off on Hodge, and a good count worked by Caitlin Mitchell. Sees her end up at first. And Sydney Watts has had a great week pitching, great week hitting as well to start through Monday and Tuesday. Looking to continue her success into Wednesday. And it all really started at that game at Boardman prior to. Hit her first long ball of the season. And has really kind of shifted her approach a little bit at the plate. Looking for more contact is what she said, and it has paid off tremendously for her. Her swing itself supplies all the power she needs, too. She doesn't need to really add anything extra to it. Unless she's trying to hit some of the passing cars on the roadway out and right. Misses, and the count will even 1-1. Hodge got the called strike. Inner edge, 1-2. Left it outside, did Watts. Count evens again. The chess game continues between Falcons and Gators. Watts batting .481 on the campaign through 8 games. One of her team's leaders. She works a full count. Good at bats being worked by Fitch. This whole week, this whole season, really. The approach at the plate, impeccable. All of them capable of working 3-2 counts. Don't chase often at pitches that aren't near the zone. But a good strikeout by Hodge, and she found the right combination, and it was a straight challenge pitch. Little bit above the middle of the zone, just raised up the ladder a bit, and boy, oh boy, nice pitch, forcing the strikeout of Watts and getting a big first out in the inning. McKenna Hogan now up to bat. Hogan had an even .500 batting average coming into today. She cuts on and misses that first pitch, 0-1 to start. Hodge steps on. The 0-1. Up high for a ball, 1-1. Caitlin Mitchell at first, 1 out here in the first. lone run being scored after Ayla Ray hit a triple, came home on a wild pitch to score today's first run. 1-1 as got in on the hands of Hogan. She fouled it off. No one can get to it on the left side foul area right near the third base dugout, near the Gators dugout. So the count will move to 1-2. Kylie Folkwine waits in the on-deck circle. A lot of local teams playing here at 10 a.m. Wednesday to start. Canfield's playing Kaiser over at Field 6. Ursuline playing Bamberg, the team that the Falcons played yesterday, over on Field 5 here at the complex. Count goes to 2-2 on Hogan. Ursuline also is going to play Aner at Aner High School. South Range dropping a heartbreaker, close one, to Aner last night. South Range softball team also going to be in action at noon as that one hit out to short. Tomey able to take care of the fly ball that stayed on the infield, retiring Hogan for the second out here in the first. It's Kylie Folkwine up to bat. The 0-0. Folkwine cuts and misses 0-1. Credit Linda Hodge, who's really settled in after allowing the initial triple and run. Walking Mitchell and has since went through the 3 and 4 spot in the Falcon order. Getting him out. Trying to get underneath it. Folkwine hits it out to left. Settling under it, but not able to make the play. It goes off of Buchanan's tip of her leather on the glove as Folkwine ends up at second. Mitchell ends up at third. That'll likely go as an error, as it did, in fact, touch some leather. Again, you're always battling sun. It's snow clouds that are helping you out, or tag teaming to help you out with some cloud cover. You're going to have to try to battle into it. And where the sun's positioned, too, it is right in those outfielders' eyes. Still touching some leather, allows the inning to continue. Runners at second and third now for Sammy Severn, who takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. Severn has had a great week to start at Myrtle Beach and has found some sort of hot streak with her bat. The 0-1 from Hodge. Up high, 1-1. That one a ball as well, as Hodge nearing 30 pitches already here in the first. Falcons making the right-hander work. Hodge trying to help herself out as a couple errors has the Falcons threatening to score some more. Hodge getting the call from the dugout. Sets up the 2-2. Trying to go to center field and able to measure it up. Nice play by Love in center to retire Sammy Severn and keep the Falcons at bay with limited damage done. It's 1-0 Fitch after 1 as the Falcons score on a wild pitch, bringing home Ayla Ray from third. We're through 1. And it's Austintown Fitch 1, the Greenbrier Christian Academy Gators 0. We go to the second after this.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
We, of course, thank our friends over at WFMJ as one of the proud sponsors on your sports network. And if you want to become a sponsor here on your sports network, don't forget, check out our advertising page at ysnlive.com/advertise to find the package that best fits you and your company. Has all the layout, what's included too, different packages at different price points too. Again, ysnlive.com/advertise to find the best deal for you and your company. Sydney Watts and the Falcons playing from in front now, and it's a 1-1 count as Watts had to just smack the camera. We're going to need to readjust that now as 1-1. 2-0 the count, rather. Thank goodness, though, there is a bit of fencing that separates these two areas, because had that not been a fence in between, we might have been in commission for a new camera. That one called strike, 3-1. The 3-ball, 1-strike count. Able to get back into the zone, 3-2. For everybody at home, you have no idea how hard that was to try to not distract Sid in the circle and readjust that camera. We got everything set up. She doesn't need any distractions, and she's not going to get distracted by anything. Comes back for the strikeout, retiring Hodge in that pitcher-pitcher matchup. One away here in the top of the second. Camera's okay. Sid's doing great. We're all doing great here at Myrtle Beach. Top of the second, 1 out. It's going to bring up Addie Dahlman as Allie Dahlman tries to throw the bunt down. Smacking on the fencing behind, and 0-1 to start. Things you can't get anywhere else except for ysnlive.com. You want to know how fast a Sydney Watts pitches or what the impact of that's like? Take a look at the camera too, and that's just the fence that got hit in front of the camera affected the camera that much. Unbelievable. 0-2 the count as the bunt attempt goes awry. Falcons looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning, playing from in front, looking to add to that advantage. The 0-2. And thought about chasing up the ladder, but it rose a little bit too much on that rise ball. Kenna Hogan kept it in just behind the plate. Able to go up and get it. 1-2 now the count. Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts now for Sid in this game. 2 in each of the first 2 innings. And there's 2 down now here in the second, as Dahlman becomes yet another strikeout victim here of Sydney Watts. Struck out 8 of the 9 yesterday's contest. Went 3 innings. And a big win for the Falcons. Kayla Self takes First pitch, 0-1. Self sets up. Pitch goes outside from Watts, 1-1. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Getting ahead of the count once again, Watts. Already ready. She's in a rhythm. She's going. She's got the call, the 1-2. Tried to force the chase, went and changed eye direction and went low. Low and inside on that attack, but no chase by the batter herself. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, waving at it, and it's strikeout number 5 for Sydney Watts. Slamming the door by striking out the side. Falcons remain in front 1-0, looking to add with the bottom of the second after this.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means taking care of our local customers.
Realizing, number one, that we're here for them.
To do anything that would convenience the customer.
And every day I'll go the extra mile so they can trust us.
That's what going the extra mile means. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Fall is in the air. The kids are back to school, crowds are cheering for the home team, and Myers Family Insurance is prepped for another crazy Medicare season. Every year there's changes, some big, some small, so it's important to have a conversation to make sure your plan is going to meet your expectations for the coming year. Give our team a call today to schedule your annual review.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance or visit us on the web. Check us out online at myersfamilyins.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Ty Bartel, YSNLive.com, here with all the coverage of Greenbrier Christian Academy out of Chesapeake, Virginia, versus the Austintown Fitch Falcons. Gators Falcons here in day 3 of a 5-day, 5-game stretch for the Falcons here in Myrtle Beach. Fitch 2-0 to start. This Greenbrier team, one of the better opponents that they've faced during this week, 9-3 record. Abby Toth leads things off. She has a 1-0 count to start. It's Abby Toth, Tina Montgomery, and Ashley McLean, bottom of the Falcon order. But it's a bottom of the order that has produced so much as far as scoring runs and setting up for the top of the order. And this young lady is a huge part of that, freshman that has 3 home runs on the season. And I think the Falcons are they're looking to gun for this camera any way they can, whether it's in the circle or in the box. They're gunning for the camera. But Abby Toth, 3 home runs, the Falcon lead on the season, and has made herself a valuable threat at the bottom of the order. Really no breaks in this lineup so far early in the season. So many hitters producing. Fouling it back does Toth. It's 2-2. The 2-2. Up the middle goes Toth, and she'll lead off with a single. Good at bat by Abby. And the Falcons have a leadoff base runner once again. Toth was batting .455 coming into today. She just added to her average as the freshman. So impressive here at the beginning of the season. Tina Montgomery, .250 clip. Swings and misses at that first pitch on the season. Tina Montgomery also has a home run as well as 5 RBI. Hodge tries to go inside on Montgomery. Montgomery looked to pull it, but it goes foul. And the count will move to 0-2. Looking at the stats inside the circle for Linda Hodge, on the season pitching-wise, Hodge has gone 4-1, 0.98 ERA. She's also struck out 93 batters in her 50 innings of work, so a strikeout-esque pitcher. And she's done a good job to this Falcon lineup so far. Ayla Ray bid her for a triple to lead off the game and came home on the wild pitch, but the Falcons didn't record a hit, reached on a walk and an error after that. But the one thing you could tell about Hodge that makes her a gamer and one of those really good pitchers is just the composure that she keeps inside that circle too. When the Falcons threatened in the first, didn't really affect the way she approached these at-bats. And same thing, same case here. The initial base hit doesn't stop her from attacking Montgomery. After Montgomery, even the count 2-2, came back for the strikeout. And there's one away here in the second for Ashley McLean. McLean looking to turn it over to the top. Toth is at first. One out here in the second. That one is back. Fink able to make the play, but it is off of the fencing for a dead ball call, 0-1. Hodge is ready. The 0-1. Showed bunt. Went around, says the home plate umpire. 0-2 on McLean. As McLean falls behind in the count, Hodge getting her call. Looking to keep the deficit what it is. She's going to get another strikeout, back-to-back Ks after the leadoff single from Toth. And just one out from getting out of the inning. But has to go through a batter who struck her for 3 bases in her first time up. Ace, Ayla Ray. As Ayla Ray just finds another hole on the outfield grass. It's a base hit. Stopping at third is Toth. Ray will advance to second on the throw. A triple and a single for Ayla Ray. She's 2 for 2 on the day. And Caitlin Mitchell walked in her first plate appearance. Has a chance for a pair of RBI if she could find some outfield grass. First pitch finds the zone on Mitchell, 0-1. Toth at third, Ray at second. 2 down here, bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Fitch against this very good Greenbrier Christian Academy team out of Chesapeake, Virginia. Hodge, though, now close to 50 pitches thrown through 2 innings. About to be her 48th. That one tips off the glove. Toth thought about it, but retreats back to the bag at third. As good job by Fink, keeping it near the plate and deterring any would-be base runners from advancing. Two and one now on Mitchell, the pitch. Mitchell takes it, looks it into the glove, 2-2. 2 on, 2 down, 2-2 count, bottom of the second. I believe that's what my good friend Anthony Hartwig would call a scoreboard Yahtzee. Mitchell will keep the count at 2-2 as it fouls back to the fencing. Hodge looking to strand 2 Falcons on base for the 2nd inning in a row. The 2-2. Trying to turn on it. Caitlin Mitchell hits it off of the foul fence right on the left side of the infield, just before the third base dugout. Two-two. Once again to Mitchell. And again, Mitchell trying to pull it as Hodge trying to feed it on the inside edge. Able to get to it quickly is Mitchell, but a hair too quickly, getting ahead and out in front of it. Count once again will stay 2-2. Good at bat worked by Caitlin. Hodge trying to find the combination of pitches that'll result in an out. She steps to the rubber. The 2-2. Again, trying to roll it inside. And again, Mitchell smacks it foul. So once again, we'll do it with a 2-2 count. Hodge gets fed the pitch from the third base side, the 2-2. And again, Caitlin Mitchell, what an at-bat. So aware of the zone, she's going east, west, north, south with it. And Mitchell somehow is finding ways to draw contact. 53 pitches now for Linda Hodge in this game. And she'll have to throw another in hopes of retiring Caitlin Mitchell. What an at-bat from C. Mitch. Looking for the out. Falcons looking for insurance runs. Key at bat, key moment in the game, the 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Linda Hodge wins the battle and strands a couple of Falcons in scoring position. The lead will remain a slim 1-0 advantage through 2 innings of work, as we'll be back with the top of the 3rd inning and the Gators bats coming back up after this.
If you can dream it, you can live it. Enjoy outdoor living at its finest with outdoor furniture at Sheely's. Whether hosting picnics or dining al fresco, with outdoor dining sets, you can bring family and friends together. You can create an outdoor oasis for your patio or deck, perfect for relaxing summer evenings. And unwind under the stars when you cozy up to a nice fire. Savor the season with outdoor living at Sheely's. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
Change. This one word can make you break out in a cold sweat. But with change comes wisdom, experience, and understanding. At Myers Family Insurance, we can help make changes in Medicare, insurance, and retirement a positive experience for you and your family. We've gone through changes, like our new office and new faces to help our family of clients too.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance. Check us out online at myersfamilyins.com or find us on Facebook.
HVAC causing havoc? Has your furnace gone mad? Commercial or residential, 24/7. Call your hometown hero. Call Mighty Mike.
Top of the 3rd inning, getting ready to get underway here from the North Myrtle Beach Sports and Recreation Complex. As for the Gators, they're looking to get some offense rolling, trailing 1-0 against the Falcons here, as the first pitch from Sydney Watts is a strike, 0-1 to start. batter leading things off, Julia Buchanan, left fielder in today's contest. Swing and a miss, and Buchanan falls behind in the count, 0-2 now as Watts has struck out 5 in a row. And again, she really is. She's taking out the camera today, and I think she's gunning for it, to be honest. As once again, technical difficulties as Sydney Watts trying to get outs and effectively trying to break cameras. The 2-strike pitch, she gets the swing and a miss once again, and that's 6 in a row now for Watts. So 1 down here in the 3rd inning, 6 straight strikeouts for Watts. And 6 now on the game after retiring Buchanan. First pitch, swing, and a miss to start for Peyton Fink. 0-1. Oh, 1, 0-2 now on the cut and miss by Fink. Watts once again moves ahead in the count, 0-2. The pitch. Tried to roll it inside, 1-2 now. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 7 in a row now for Sydney Watts. And there's 2 down here in the top of the 3rd. The Gators trying to get something rolling offensively. The door has been slammed shut for the last few innings from Watts, striking out 7 in a row to this point. Hannah Prince trying to start a rally here for the Gators as the count goes to 1-1. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Up the ladder she went. And chasing the rise ball was Prince. 1-2 to start. The 1-2. Tried to ride it near the knees and thought she had it. But a little low and the count will even. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. What a performance today by Sydney Watts. 8 consecutive strikeouts here to start the game. And boy, oh boy, is she rolling. First batter was the only one that did not suffer a strikeout here today for the Gators. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Falcons still leading it 1-0.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2323. 2730.
Reliability, innovation, scale. These three values are those we look forward to in our business and in our team. If you're ready for a reliable employer who looks constantly to think outside the box in big ways, we're ready for you. Apply now. Help us push the envelope and deliver success. Envelope 1. Take that one extra step.
Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the third inning, and the Falcons bats. Middle of the order, 3-4-5, as Sydney Watts, McKenna Hogan, Kylie Folkwine due up against Linda Hodge. Watts struck out in her first at bat against Hodge. Been a good pitching matchup so far to this point. Looking for the called strike. Little high, 1-1. The only difference, aside from the one run on the scoreboard between the two pitchers, Watts and Hodge, who are coincidentally facing each other right now, is the pitch count. Hodge approaches 60 pitches now here in the third inning. Watts a little bit under 40 as the count 1-2 on Watts. Hodge just looking to get into that groove and a rhythm of consecutive outs. She's had to work around some base runners, but has done a phenomenal job through the first couple of innings in doing so. Rides that one outside. Couldn't get the chase, 2-2. Credit the Falcons, though. They're working counts, not chasing at much, fouling a bunch of pitches off and forcing that pitch count to continue to rise from Hodge. And the more pitches you see, the better success you're likely to have. The 2-2. As Watts goes down swinging again. Hodge getting the better of that batting-pitching matchup 2 consecutive times in a row, and a big strikeout to start the third. McKenna Hogan now flew out to short on the infield, her first time up. Hogan goes swinging at that first pitch, tries to pull it to left, but the shortstop, Tomey, gets a read on it, looks it into the sun and right into the leather. 2 quick outs here for Hodge against this middle of the order, doing a phenomenal job against him, as Kylie Folkwine with 2 outs, taking some hacks now. Folkwine 0 for 1 on the day. Cuts on and misses at that first pitch, 0-1 to start. The 0-1. Swing and a miss back-to-back on Folkwine, and what pitching from Hodge now. Oh, and 2 the count. Hodge steps back on the rubber, the 0-2. Fouled off, and Folkwine will stay alive at 0-2. Peek over into the dugout. Hodge has her call. The 0-2 to Folkwine. And Folkwine fights off the inside pitch to stay alive at 0-2. First and only run of the game coming in that bottom of the first. was on Ayla Ray, taking home on a wild pitch after hitting a triple to lead off the game. It's been a pitcher's duel effectively since that point. Pitch goes outside as Hodge fights with command on that one and laughs it off. It's 1-2. The 1-2. Folkwine takes. It's up high, 2-2. The 2-2 from Hodge. Inside, good at bat from Folkwine, who works it now full as Kylie goes from 0-2 to 3-2, back ahead in the count. Nobody on, 2 out, bottom of the third, but Folkwine looking to start a 2-out rally. Tries to pull it left field, got a hair ahead of it, and it goes foul. So once again, we'll do it at 3-2. Hodge is approaching 70 pitches through these 3 innings of work. That one up high. Nice at-bat from Kylie Folkwine, who gets the walk and keeps the inning alive and forces some more pitches out of the hand of Linda Hodge in order to try to retire Sam Severn. Severn flew out to center her first time up, 0 for 1 on the day. Severn shows bunt, pulls it back. 2-0 the count. Kylie Folkwine takes second on the steal. So Folkwine steals and swipes second, gets a runner in scoring position for Fitch. And Severn has a 1-0 count at the plate. Now 2-0. Entire Falcon dugout harboring their best Australian accents right now. Australian Falcons somehow came here to Myrtle Beach. 3-0 the count to Sammy Severn. Severn can pick out the pitch she wants best. 3-0. 4-pitch walk to Sammy Severn. And it goes back-to-back walks now for Hodge. And it goes all the way back to the at-bat worked by Kylie Folkwine. Looked to be the first clean inning pitched by the Gators. They were threatening to go 1-2-3 on the defensive side, exactly what they needed. But the Falcons have once again extended the inning and once again have 2 runners on base. Hodge looking to strand 2 runners on base for the 3rd consecutive inning and up that left on base total for Fitch 2-6. 2 runners take off for the steal, and both get in. Kylie Folkwine swipes third. Off to second is Severn. The double steal works for the Falcons, and Folkwine has a pair of stolen bases now. Give 1 to Severn. 1-0 the count on Abby Toth. Toth 1 for 1 on the day with a single. Swings and misses at that one. 1-1 now the count. The 1-1. Toth leaves that outside pitch in the other batter's box. Run the count to 2-1. Hodge having to work for these outs, averaging over 25 pitches an inning. The 2-1. Inside hitters count now to Abby Toth. 3-1 hitters count. Sammy Severn at second, Kylie Folkwine at third. The 3-1 offering is fouled off, and the count moves to 3-2. Full count here for Abby Toth. 2 runners on, 2 out. Bottom of the third. The payoff. And Toth going to foul that one off again, and we're going to do it again at 3-2. Hodge has walked the tightrope and gotten herself out of some jams, looking to do it one more time. She runs it inside, and Abby Toth works the walk. 3 consecutive walks worked by Fitch, and the bags are loaded for Tina Montgomery. Kylie Folkwine is at third. Sammy Severn at second. Abby Toth at first. 2 down. After Linda Hodge got the first 2 outs of the inning of Sydney Watts and McKenna Hogan. Looked like she was going to be on cruise control after getting ahead of the count 0-2 on Folkwine. Folkwine effectively worked it back into her favor, worked the walk. Falcons worked 3 consecutive. And that's how one at bat can change the outlook of an inning. But the Falcons looking to put the cherry on top with some runs scored. And Tina Montgomery, the one tasked with doing so. 0-1 the count to start. Good pitch from Hodge to get ahead. The pitch. Montgomery gets it through the infield, up the middle. 2 are going to score for the Falcons. Folkwine's home, Severn's home. Montgomery to second. Toth stops at third. Falcons add 2 to their lead. Big hit from Tina Montgomery as it adds some additional runs to this Fitch lead, and they make the Gators pay. And big at-bats from the Falcons, and that was all after Folkwine. That was the 6, 7, 8, and now 8 hitters, and that's what we talked about. Bottom of the order, working the walks, loading the bases, and also coming through with big RBI hits. Ashley McLean, chance to turn it over to the top of the order now. Takes a first pitch ball, 1-0. The 1-0. McLean gets called for the strike. 1-1 now. Hodge now looking to limit any further damage from being done. Falcons looking to add a crooked number to the inning. 2-1 on Ashley McLean. Ayla Ray awaits in the on-deck circle if McLean is able to reach. Two-one. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Hodge takes a walk around the circle. Resumes on the rubber, the 2-2. Up high, and the count runs full. As Hodge now approaching 90 pitches here in this game. The payoff, as Ashley McLean tries to line it to short, but there to make a nice, perfectly timed jumping catch is Elizabeth Tomey. Falcons strike for 2, though, off a Tina Montgomery 2 RBI base hit with the bags loaded, coming in the clutch to make it 3-0 in favor of Fitch. We're through 3 innings of work. We go back to the Gators' top half of the inning with the Gator Bats coming up after this.
We know when it comes to insurance, you have so many choices. But if you're looking for someone who lives in your community, someone who cheers for your community, and someone who works for your community like you're part of our family, well then please let us introduce ourselves. Hi, we're Heiner Insurance. How can we help?
You can see these players, get to know these names, get to know these coaches at a more personal level than truly you ever did before. And I think YSN has been a big influential factor in bringing us that level of personal connection that we haven't seen any other company truly be able to do. If my legacy goes down as being the voice of the Austintown Fitch Falcons, I can hang my hat on that and be proud of it at the end of the day. My name is Ty Bartell, and my sports network is your sports network. Top of the fourth inning we go as Sydney Watts is on a groove in the circle. She has struck out 8 in a row through the first 3 innings, starting with batter number 2 in that first inning. Falcons have extended their lead to 3 thanks to Tina Montgomery with a 2 RBI base hit in the bottom of the third inning. 1-0 the count to start. As we're back to the top of the order, Elizabeth Tomey 0 for 1 on the day. 1 for 1 on the count. Tomey, the lone batter, that did not go down by way of the K in this game. The 1-1 from Watts. That one hit over to first. Nice play by Abby Toth. Makes the dive. Home plate umpire calls the out. From bat to leather, the ball goes as Tina Montgomery had the play at the hot corner yesterday against Bamberg, Earhart, South Carolina, but first base, Abby Toth makes the nice diving play for the first out of the game as Elizabeth Tomey refuses to go down by way of the K as the 8 strikeout streak for Watts broken, but still 1 out now here in the fourth, excuse me. And the Falcons defense, when you have that, they got to think about that too. 8 batters in a row that struck out. How hard it is to maintain focus defensively around the infield and outfield when Watts is just working. You got to walk that fine line too. You got to be focused in on every game, but it's so hard not to just watch and admire the work inside the circle. But none of these defenders on the Falcon infield, outfield do that. Always heads up defense, and they show it once again. Ball runs way up high. Took off on Watts. Christina Love. The pitch. 2-2. That's Christina Love trying to get base runners aboard for the Gators, who now trail by 3. A little bit more urgency amongst the Greenbrier lineup. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. 9 strikeouts now for Sydney Watts on the day. What pitching from the sophomore, as 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. And Haley Murphy first pitch to Murphy. Hits it out to right field. Finds the first hit of the game for the Gators. And a nice approach by Murphy to get that 2-out base runner aboard for Greenbrier. For Greenbrier, too, coming into this season, a lot of good batting averages up and down the lineup. Haley Murphy was batting .378, 14 hits across 37 at-bats. Also has 11 RBIs on the season. Add another base hit to her year, as Greenbrier looking to start a little two-out rally of their own. Falcons scored 2 in the bottom of the third. All that came with 2 outs. Fouled back. 0-2 to the start, though, for Linda Hodge. Pitcher-pitch-up matchup as Hodge went down by way of the K once to Watts. Watts has gone down by way of the K twice to Hodge. So Watts looking to draw even in that department as Hodge down 0-2. The pitch. Up high it goes, 1-2. The 1-2 offering. Goes up the middle. Ray has it. Kareem off of her glove on a wicked bounce. And everybody's safe. And more importantly now, Greenbrier's going to bring the tying run to the plate as Hodge will reach at first. Going to be a courtesy runner for Hodge. Batter coming up is Allie Dahlman. And Dahlman, golden opportunity for the Gators. Dahlman batting .200 on the season, but that all becomes irrelevant if she could strike for a big hit. First pitch runs inside for a ball, 1-0. Gators threatening for the first time in this game. Top of the fourth, tying run at the plate, 2 down here. Watts missing back-to-back pitches ahead in the count. Dahlman is 2-0. The 2-0. Finds the zone, gets back into it, 2-1. Watts gets the call. Swing and a miss. Went chasing. High and outside. And the count evens 2-2. Gators looking for a big-time hit. The pitch from Watts. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 10 on the day for Sydney Watts as she fans 10 through 4 innings of work and keeps the Falcons lead at 3. It's Fitch 3, Gators 0 going to the Falcons half of the inning. With the bottom of the fourth coming up. Ty Bartell, YSNLive.com after this.
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren, driven by you.
I've been in a lot of different departments. I love the customers. I'm like the mother hen, gotta take care of everybody, and that includes customers and employees. I try to make people feel comfortable when they come in because we are busy, but I try to welcome them and do whatever I can to expedite the customer I have in front of me to take care of the next one. My name's Chrissy Lilly. I'm ready to go the extra mile for you.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey.
It's the bottom of the fourth inning, but it's the top of the Falcons' order. Ayla Ray, Caitlin Mitchell, Sydney Watts due up. New pitcher in the circle is Haley Murphy here for the Gators. As Hodge was nearing 90 pitches. Not a case where, especially with a lot of these teams playing every day, you want to overwork one pitcher and make them throw a ton over the century mark, and the Gators going to err on the side of caution for games like this, and right call, honestly. You don't want to put any of your players at risk, injure them, or wear them out, make them throw everything that they have in their tank when you still got a whole half season ahead of you. 2-0 the count to Ayla Ray. Get a look at these numbers for Haley Murphy, the new pitcher that just checked in for the Gators. As pitching-wise this year, Murphy, 1.86 ERA and a 1-0 record in 7 appearances on the season. Murphy's gone 26 and a third innings. Count goes 2-2 on Ray. And in those 26 and a third innings, she has struck out 36 batters. Batting average against Murphy this season is .279 on base percentage, 279. Batting average 184 against Murphy. Numbers not a lot, not too different too. 135 average for Hodge, 184 for Murphy, 214 on base percentage for Hodge, 279 for Murphy. So not a whole lot of a difference between the two right-handers that the Gators have utilized primarily this season. The 2-2, Ray chops it. Second baseman able to cut it off and make a fine play, keeping it from going through the hole, and Ayla Ray retired for the first time today, and there's one away here in the bottom of the fourth as Carter, ranged to her left, made a nice backhanded stop, toss to first, one away. Caitlin Mitchell now up, takes a first pitch, ball 1-0. Murphy gets the call on the outer edge and evens the count 1-1. Nice pitch there by Murphy. Straight swap like we talked about earlier in the broadcast. Murphy and Hodge, both pitchers, but both can play first base, and that's the straight swap they did. Hodge has moved to first, Murphy now in the circle. Originally, it was slated that Murphy was going to start this game and Hodge would come in for relief, but a last-second change to those plans saw Hodge start, rather, and Murphy now coming in for relief. Caitlin Mitchell tries to tag it the other way, but soft contact leaves it in the air enough for Elizabeth Tomey to make a read on it and make a play on it from the 6-hole. And there's two away now in the bottom of the fourth. Gators looking for their first clean 1-2-3 inning on the pitching and defensive side, and chance to get it. Sydney Watts, happy to see anybody that's not named Linda Hodge in the circle right now. 0 for 2 against Hodge with 2 strikeouts. Looking to turn her day around on the offensive side. 1-0 the count. Watts, pitching-wise, just as dominant as she's usually been, and maybe even more so. 10 strikeouts through 4 innings of work against a really good team here in the Greenbrier Christian Academy Gators. Finds the zone, evens the count, does Murphy. The pitch. Called strike in our third, 1-2. Looking for a clean inning. Gators 1-2. Up high and off the glove of Fink. Self rather. Another change up too that forgot to mention to everyone. Fink now out from behind the plate. Kayla Self has now taken over duties behind the dish. And that was just a straight swap as Self coming in for Fink. That one's fouled back again. The count will stay 2-2. Murphy worked through the first two batters, Ayla Ray and Caitlin Mitchell. Grounder to second, pop out to short for those two. Swing and a miss and gets the strikeout of Watts. The Gators have the right combination of how to pitch one of the best hitters on this Falcon lineup. We're through 4 innings of work and 4 innings of play for both teams. It's the Austintown Fitch Falcons 3, the Greenbrier Christian Academy Gators 0. We go to the 5th. Be back after this.
Why choose local? Because you live here, work here, learn here, relax here, and celebrate here. 21 WFMJ is our Valley's only locally owned TV station, and our focus is local. Other TV stations don't have that same focus, as their owners are somewhere else. But 21 WFMJ is rooted in the Valley. Local people making decisions that affect your life, right here where you live.
Reliability, innovation, scale. These 3 values are those we look forward to in our business and in our team. If you're ready for a reliable employer who looks constantly to think outside the box in big ways, we're ready for you. Apply now. Help us push the envelope and deliver success. Envelope 1. Take that one extra step.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means taking care of our local customers.
Realizing, number one, that we're here for them.
To do anything that would convenience the customer.
And every day I'll go the extra mile so they can trust us.
That's what going the extra mile means. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome back, everybody. Ty Bartell, YSNLive.com with all the coverage of the Austintown Fitch Falcon softball team here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Falcons up 3-0 over the Greenbrier Christian Academy Gators. As Falcons pitching and defense on the field, Gators up to bat. Now is Kayla Self, new catcher for the Gators. Called strike on Self, back-to-back pitches, back-to-back strikes, 0-2. The 0-2 from Watts. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 11 on the day as Sid opens up the top half of the 5th with a K. It's now going to bring up Julia Buchanan. First pitch, it's a ball to start 1-0 on Buchanan. Gators were able to threaten in the previous inning, getting runners to first and second with 2 out, had the tying run to the plate. But Watts able to slam the door with a strikeout in the 4th. Gets back into this count now, 1-1 as Buchanan. And the Gators, it's exactly what they need, is what they were able to get a little bit of in the 4th. They need base runners, but saying that against this Falcons team is a lot easier said than done. 1-2, now the count. Scoring runs even harder than the hits factor against the Falcons, allowing just 1 through 8 games this season, coming against the Menor Cardinals. And a solo shot stays fair down the third base line. Tina Montgomery able to make the fielding play, and strong, accurate throw across the diamond to retire Buchanan. Second out now here in the 5th. Watts also picking up strikeout number 100 on the same day as she got 100 strikeouts in last year's season. So congratulations out to Watts for crossing the century mark, but we all know she's looking for a lot more. 300 strikeout pitcher a year ago, 300 plus. 1-0 the count to start. As Peyton Fink lays off that pitch that takes off on Watts, 2-0. The 2-0 from Sid. Rides it low. 3-ball, no strike count now to Fink. Watts falling behind. 2 outs. Gators threaten to get a base runner. The 3-0. High and tight it goes. A 4-pitch walk for Greenbrier, and they're going to have an extension of this inning and a chance. Try to get it to the top. Hannah Prince up to bat. Watts fires in a first pitch strike. 0-1 to start, showing bunt despite 2 outs that time. Trying to put a squeeze play here. Trying to bunt for the base hit, showing again. Prince lays it down, gonna force a play. Toth makes the strong throw to the first base bag. Covering was Caitlin Mitchell. Nice defense being executed by Fitch, as they're able to get the 3rd out here in the top of the 5th. Able to get one aboard by way of the walk, but the Gators can't bring him around. It remains Falcons 3, Gators 0 with the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Falcon bats coming back up after this.
Fall is in the air. The kids are back to school, crowds are cheering for the home team, and Myers Family Insurance is prepped for another crazy Medicare season. Every year there's changes, some big, some small. So it's important to have a conversation to make sure your plan is going to meet your expectations for the coming year. Give our team a call today to schedule your annual review.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance or visit us on the web. Check us out online at myersfamilyins.com.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means taking care of our local customers.
Realizing, number one, that we're here for them.
To do anything that would convenience the customer.
And every day I'll go the extra mile so they can trust us.
That's what going the extra mile means. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Bottom of the 5th coming up, as the Falcons will send 4, 5, 6 in their order to the plate. McKenna Hogan, Kylie Folkwine, Sammy Severn. 2 up here for Fitch. Haley Murphy holding the rock once again in this circle. She came on in the 4th. Pitched a clean inning against the Falcons. Kept them off the scoreboard. Kept further damage from being done. First pitch a ball to Hogan. The 1-0. McKenna Hogan hits that one out. Right center field. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Hogan going to turn and burn. She's heading for second base. Another double on the season for McKenna Hogan. as she continues to have a great season here on her senior campaign. Another hit in another game and another double on top of that for Hogan. That is actually double number 5 now on the season. Kylie Folkwine now with a runner at second base. Nobody out. Chance for the Falcons to give some more to their lead. Swinging at that first pitch, popping it foul and out of play as Folkwine 0-1. Murphy, the 0-1. Up high, 1-1. Looks to be Rachel Spaulding. That is pinch running for McKenna Hogan at second base. The super athlete, Rachel Spaulding. The 1-1. Reaching out to get it, stays on the infield. First base side, making the play is Hodge for the out. Runner will stay at second base. And that'll bring up now Sammy Severn. The 0-0. Severn takes it low for a ball, 1-0. Severn 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. The 1-0. 2-0 now as that one takes a trip to the dirt. The 2-0. Finding the zone, getting back into it is Murphy. Count moves to manageable for the Gators, now 2-1. Severn with an RBI opportunity. Runner at second base is Spaulding. Severn fights it off right field, and it's going to drop. Spaulding had to get a late jump on it, as had to make sure it wasn't going to be caught to get doubled up. So she's going to advance to third, but Sammy Severn with the base hit, and she continues her hot streak with the bat, getting on with a walk, getting on with a base hit. Now she's 1 for 2 on the day, reaching base twice. And a little bit of strategy to be talked here with Abby Toth, the freshman. Toth, 1 for 2 on the day. She had a single in her first at-bat. One for one, on the day. Single and a walk, rather. So reaching a board both times. Toth shows bunt, pulls it back. It's a strike, 0-1. Both corners pinched on that one, and the Gators, as Toth now down in the count, 1 away. Taking second on the play, though, was Severn, and now the count goes to 0-2. 2 in scoring position, double plays out of order, but Abby Toth down in the count, 0-2 now. Murphy looking for a big strikeout. The pitch. Chopper, short, able to get it. Tomey comes home with it, and the play is out at the plate as Rachel Spaulding gets erased. What a play out of the shortstop spot from Tomey. No hesitation. She knew she was coming home with it and erased a would-be run for the Falcons. Now 2 outs. Severn's at third. Toth is at first. And Tina Montgomery up to bat. Tina Montgomery finds another hit and another RBI on the day. Make it 2 hits, 3 RBI for Tina Montgomery. And she's having quite the day here in Myrtle Beach against a very, very good Greenbrier Christian Academy team. Falcons extend their lead now to 4. And Maddie Butis, the flex player. Ashley McLean, the designated player. They just swapped on that as Butis now going to get her first at bat of this game. Runners at first and second, 2 down. Butis looking to turn it over to the top. First pitch, it's a strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 now, 1-1. The 1-1. 2-1 now as Butis gets herself back ahead in the count. Butis chops the 2-1 pitch, and the count will even. Murphy looking for the third out, the 2-2. Butis fights it off first base side. Hodge looks into the sun and gets it for the third out here in the 5th. Falcons tack on one more. Tina Montgomery having herself a day. 3rd RBI of the contest as Fitch leads it now 4-0 on the Gators. We go to the 6th. Ty Bartell, ysnlive.com right after this.
I've been in a lot of different departments. I love the customers. I'm like the mother hen, gotta take care of everybody, and that includes customers and employees. I try to make people feel comfortable when they come in because we are busy, but I try to welcome them and do whatever I can to expedite the customer I have in front of me to take care of the next one. My name's Chrissy Lilly. I'm ready to go the extra mile for you.
As Comco celebrated 70 years in 2022, we have much to be thankful for. We are proud of the Comco culture as we serve our customers with Comco Care with our premier customer service, quality parts, and on-time delivery. The partnerships we have with our customers and our community are second to none. We thank you for your continued support. We are proud to be part of this community and will continue to offer great jobs for great people.
Hi, this is Zell Bush.
Hi, this is Tom Clint. Hi, this is Steve Rossetto.
Hi, this is Ryan Miller.
Hi, this is Rich Sakui from WRS Wealth Advisors.
With our combined 80 years of experience,
WRS Wealth Advisors are the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services.
Or visit WRSwealth.com.
Go Raiders.
Go Dogs.
Go Cats. Go Dogs. Go Tigers.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the 6th inning as the Falcons have added to their advantage. Tina Montgomery, the big bat in the Falcon order today. 3 RBI she is responsible for. Watts has struck out 12 in the circle. In her 5 innings of work, she'll be starting the 6th. Leading off, Elizabeth Tomey for the 3rd time. Tomey 0 for 2 on the day, but has not fallen victim to the strikeout against Watts. Has made good contact on the day. That one fouled off third base side, 1-2. Boy, and you talk about not a cloud in the sky. That's just been the case the last 3 days over this ballpark. Beautiful blue skies all throughout. Couldn't ask for better weather either, too. About 75 degrees right now at game start time it was. A little bit cooler, I'd say, around 71, but it's warmed up to about a nice, almost perfect, honestly, 75. 2-2. Swing and a miss. A Baker's dozen for Watts. 13 strikeouts now on the day for the right-hander. One away here, top of the 6th inning, and that's going to bring up Christina Love. First time on the day, Tomey has gone down by way of the strikeout. First pitch showing bunt, pulling it back, it's a ball. 1-0 to start on Love. Running out of outs are the Gators. Need runs in the worst way, don't need them all in the 7th if they can trim this deficit in the 6th. Make their task a little bit easier for the 7th inning. They'll take that as well. 1-1 the count as Watts finds the zone. The 1-1. Bunt shown again, pulling it back and getting ahead in the count. Now 2-1 is Love. Christina Love, like we said, 0 for 2 on the day. Couple of strikeouts against Watts. That one runs, almost takes out the camera again. We kept it up. We're all good. We're all good. Knocked loose the camera a couple of times in today's contest. I think McKenna might have gotten a piece of it behind the plate. Slow that velocity down. The 3-1 swing and a miss. Count runs full now as Love had the hitter's count. She decided to take a chance at it, and the count runs full. Watts brought the rise ball and forced the chase. The payoff. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 14 now on the day for Sydney Watts. And there's 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning with the 3-hole hitter Haley Murphy coming up to bat. New pitcher for the Gators who took over back in the 4th inning. She's worked the 4th and 5th, allowing just 1 run in those 2 innings of work. First pitch swinging against Watts. It's 0-1. Falcons scoring their runs in the 1st inning. Ayla Ray coming home on a wild pitch after hitting a triple to lead off the game. Tina Montgomery had a 2 RBI single back in the 4th inning, which made it 3-0 with the bags full, 2 out. Tina Montgomery also added another run in the 5th inning with an RBI single. 3 RBI on the day for Montgomery. Big bat in that Falcon order. It's Watts. 2 strikes to Murphy. 1 hit on the day for the Gators. They've reached by way of the walk, and they've also reached on 1 error by the Falcon defense. 3 base runners total today for the Gators. Top of the 6th inning, 2 out, the 0-2 pitch. Up high, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Been a pitcher's duel to this point. Watts has gotten the better of the Gator lineup to the tune of 14 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings of work. Gators, though, trying to start a 2-out rally in that 4th inning. Gators reached 2 aboard, had the game-tying run at the plate, all coming with 2 outs. And the 4th couldn't get the clutch hit to break things open. That one Slow roller third base side. Montgomery lets it go foul. We'll do it again at a 2-ball strike count. Talked about it today. The Falcons came into this game outscoring opponents by a score of 73-1 in their 8 games on the season. The lone run that Watts allowed on the season came against the Menor Cardinals with a solo shot from Maggie Haydu. But the Falcons showing that continued dominance down here in Myrtle Beach that they had back in Ohio as one of the Division I favorites in Ohio to make it all the way to that state Final Four. Regional runners up a year ago. And they're showing their talents down here at the beach. Haley Murphy's also showing her talents at the plate. She's worked it all the way back to a full count and gotten it back into her favor. Trying to turn the tides of momentum back in the Gators' favor. Looking for a 2-out base runner is Greenbrier Christian Academy. The payoff from Watts. Running it up high. What an at-bat from Murphy. And she will continue it. Second walk issued on the day from Watts. And Greenbrier Christian Academy and the Gators realize time is running out. They're running out of outs, more or less, to work with as they try to get runs on the board. Cutting this deficit even by a single run in this inning could prove to be huge for the Gators. Just trying to make anything that they need to do in the 7th inning a little less complicated. First pitch, a ball, 1-0. Watts having issues finding the zone. The pitch hit that one off first base side. Gave it a look was Toth, Mitchell, and the right fielder, Butis, were all breaking in on it. But it drops foul, and the count moves to 1-1. Batter Lindo Hodge, who started this game off, worked against the Falcons' order for 3 innings, allowed 3 runs in her 3 innings of work. Stranded 6 runners on base, though, throughout those 3 innings. So she walked the tightrope, got out unscathed a couple of times. So as we mentioned earlier, Tina Montgomery in that 4th inning was able to tag her for 2 RBI on the base hit. The 1-1. It's a strike, 1-2. Excuse me, 2-2. Hodge, the 2-2 count on her. Runner at first for the Gators. The pitch from Watts. Fouled off, and we'll do it again at 2-2. Hodge steps in. Righty-righty matchup. Hodge has struck out once, reached by an error in her 2 at-bats. Chops that one third base side foul. And again, we'll do it at 2-2. Gators making necessary adjustments against Watts as she works through the lineup for her 3rd time now. Seeing a lot more pitches working deeper into the counts as Greenbrier Christian Academy trying to get something started here in the 6th. Swing and a miss. Up the ladder she went. 15 strikeouts now on the day for Sydney Watts. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, Falcons still leading it 4-0 with their bats coming back up after this.
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren, driven by you.
I've been in a lot of different departments. I love the customers. I'm like the mother hen, gotta take care of everybody, and that includes customers and employees. I try to make people feel comfortable when they come in because we are busy, but I try to welcome them and do whatever I can to expedite the customer I have in front of me to take care of the next one. My name's Chrissy Lilly. I'm ready to go the extra mile for you.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall, Mill Creek Metro Parks is your park for all seasons. Make a memory in the park. Plan your visit today at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Bottom of the 6th inning, but it's the top of the Austintown Fitch order. Ayla Ray, couple of hits on the day as the Falcon Junior leadoff hitter. Had just a hair under a 600 batting average a year ago. She's batting over 500, leads the team in batting average again, over 550. And last strikeout for Ayla Ray, wearing a high school uniform, came back in April of last year against the Columbiana Clippers. Ayla Ray goes the other way with it, but it goes foul. Just curves to the left, and the count goes 0-2. Can't say it enough about Ayla Ray's presence at the top of the order. Hitter that just flat out doesn't strike out, puts the ball in play a lot, but can also take the pitch where it's pitched to her to any part of the field. 552 she came into today batting. Obviously that average has ticked up a few notches. 1-2 now the count. Ray's also establishing herself power-wise this season. 3 home runs ties the team lead. 2 of them have left the park. 1 of them she beat out inside the park for a home run, and that came in yesterday's contest. Chopped over to second, making a nice glove field play. Throw to first, out number 1 here in the 6th. Brings up Caitlin Mitchell now. As Carter making the play at second for the first out of the inning. Mitchell now steps into the box. 0 for 2 on the day is Mitchell. First pitch, a ball, 1-0. Murphy steps back into the circle, the pitch. Liner down the third base side, and Caitlin Mitchell got her first hit of the day. She's turning for second, not going to stop until she gets there. It's a double with 1 out for Caitlin Mitchell, and it's going to bring up Sydney Watts, who's trying to turn her whole day around inside the box, having a phenomenal day in the circle. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Rare day for Watts. Murphy has 1 of them. Hodge had 2 of them. And the Gators have had a really good plan of attack against Watts. 1 down, runner at second. Watts hit a solo shot on Monday to straightaway center field over on field 1. Was her second of the season. Watts also had a productive day yesterday against Bamberg. Couple of hits and RBI. RBI leader for the team is Watts at 11 coming into today. The 2-0. Watts skies one back and out of play behind the dish. 2-1 the count moves. The 2-1. Up high it goes. 3-1. Hitters count now for Watts. Murphy over 40 pitches, has worked pretty efficiently throughout these few innings, but issues a walk now after the one-out double, and the Falcons have 2 aboard with 1 out for cleanup hitter McKenna Hogan. Hogan, 1 for 3 on the day, batting over 500, or just at 500 rather, coming into today through 8 games. Going to be dipping just below it, but she can get right back to it with a base hit in this at-bat. She's going to swing at that first pitch. Nice stop at the third base bag. Tag there for 1. Throw across the diamond for 2. Dahlman makes a fine play to get 2 for the price of 1. The tag out at the third base bag. The throw over to first at Hodge. And there's 2 down for the price of 1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 3 through 6 innings of play, it's the Austintown Fitch Falcons 4, the Greenbrier Christian Academy Gators 0. We go to the top of the 7th. Gators final 3 outs coming up after this.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens. On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953. News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trust.
Welcome back, everybody. Ty Bartel, YSNLive.com here with the top of the 7th inning as the Gators last hopes to get a rally rolling and try to make up this 4-run deficit to Austintown Fitch. Up to bat first. It's going to be Kiera Carter. On the bunt attempt, 0-1 to start. Shows bunt again. Bunts it to Watts. Watts turns and fires a seed to the covering first baseman, or covering the first base bag, rather, Caitlin Mitchell from second base. It's the first out here in the top of the 7th inning. And that's going to bring up Caitlin Balka. Balka going to get her first at bat against Watts today. One. Try to pick it from the earth, but it goes to the backstop. No damage done, no one on base. 1-0 the count. High in sight, 2-0. As Balka, with the Gators down to their final 2 outs. Trying to get something rolling. 4 base runners on the day for the Gators. And only one has been in scoring position. the 2-1. Called strike 2 at her edge, 2-2. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Sweet 16 as far as strikeouts are concerned on the day for Sydney Watts. And there's 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Gators down to their final out. And that last hope for Greenbrier Christian Academy will be Julia Buchanan. First pitch low for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1 the count. Watts at 108 pitches now on the day. The 1-1. Got the foul tip, and the count moves to 1-2. Gators down to their final strike. Buchanan ready. Watts is ready. The 1-2, now 2-2. Here in the top of the 7th. The Falcons, 8-0 on the season, looking for win number 9. The 2-2 from Watts. Swing and a miss. Strikeout 17 to end the game today as the Falcons shut out the Gators by a final score of 4-0. Tina Montgomery, big day with the bat, had 3 RBIs total for Fitch as they get win number 9 on the season by a score of 4-0. They are now 9-0 on the campaign. What a game for Austintown Fitch, as the next time the Falcons softball team will be in action will be tomorrow against Elizabeth Seton out of Maryland, sporting a 3-6 record overall. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and watching this broadcast of YSN Live Softball. To our proud owners, both DJ Yoakley and Brian Scott, were able to bring this game to each and every person unable to make it in attendance tonight. To our GM, Steve Leslie, who with his work with Bobstein Park Baseball, YSU Football, YSNLive.com, and the many hats that he wears throughout not only us, but for the whole Mahoning Valley. We want to thank him for that. Also, check out Steve Leslie on his new baseball, softball, diamond roundup show that happens every Sunday between 7 to 8. Co-host Anthony Hartwig from Running Point, as well as Sam Torres from the 440 show. Join him every Sunday, 7 to 8, again on the baseball, softball, diamond roundup shows. Check out this week's best performers and games that happened in the previous week. And most importantly, to all of you who tuned in and helped support these kids, schools, and communities, you guys are really and truly what YSN Live is all about. And so we thank you. If you were tuning in from the Chesapeake, Virginia area, maybe supporting the Greenbrier Christian Academy Gators, getting your first taste of YSNLive.com. We'd like to thank you for your support. Hope you enjoyed the ride and hope you had a great time here on the network. If you're back home in Austintown supporting the Falcons, we want to thank you for your continued and constant support of not only Austintown Fitch Athletics, but also YSNLive.com, or wherever you may be in the sport of high school softball. This is Ty Bartell bidding you all a farewell and a good day, everybody.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.